Hi, friends. I hope you're doing well today. It's Rob Jones, friendly, rock star superhero, radical. I want to thank you for being a part of Radical Calling. I want to thank you for being my friend. I want to thank you for trusting in the process of being a part of this. Thank you so much. Today is Memorial Day, the actual physical day, May 25th in the year 2020. And I wanted to remind you that this is a day of remembrance, obviously, for those who we have lost in previous wars. Uh, it is not necessarily a day to celebrate, but it is certainly a day to remember the fallen, the heroes. In my own family, both of my grandparents, my grandfathers, I should say, served during World War II. They survived, but so many of their friends did not. They carried a lot of wounds from the war. My father served during peacetime, post Korea, and just prior to Vietnam. And even he brought back some stuff from overseas when he was gone. I served in the military myself, 1987 to 1994, almost 8 years. Uh, I will tell you that it's not so much in my family blood, but it is something that I hold dear, the service to my country. I admit I've been deeply troubled by what's been going on in my country in the last 30 years. I've definitely fallen out of love with a lot of the political wranglings, the way things have become. And I know that sounds like the old man and the get off my lawn speech, and there's probably a little bit of that too. I am almost 54. But that being said, I find this is still a place we should do our best to work for, to love, and to protect. But something that I wanted to leave you with today is the idea of blood sacrifice. Currently, my wife is reading the Old Testament to my children at bedtime. I know that sounds a little funny, but she's just reading through the entire book, through the entire Bible. And she's in Leviticus right now, and of course, it's all traditional things. It's all about, the specific ways of doing sacrifice. And some of those things can be disturbing, but they are incredible reminders that everything in the Old Testament was so much about the prophecy and the preparation for Christ's life and death and what it actually means for us, the living. Um, I encourage you highly today to stick to your guns. Not so much about you knowing you're right. I do, of course, believe that as a man of faith that we have a destiny in heaven, and I know this to be true. Uh, it's as the Bible says, it's a conundrum to the Jews and a folly to the Gentiles, and yet God has cleansed my heart and opened me up to the understanding of His purpose. I fail every day. I'm sure you do too. But it is my hope that we recall constantly, that we are always remembered of the pain and the blood sacrifice of Christ. He is our creator, He is our redeemer, He is our great love. So please, on this Memorial Day, I ask you to consider that the reason we do it all isn't just for the freedoms we have in America, but the reason we do it all is because Christ allows us to do it all because of His sacrifice, and that God loved us so much He gave His only Son. Could you give your son? I couldn't. I could not do that. And thank goodness I don't have to. So thank you for today. Bless you all. Have an incredible Memorial Day, the rest of that. And I hope you have a wonderful, safe week. And I hope you'll stay in tune to what's going on here at Radical Calling, because I'm going to start putting together some, I believe, amazing videos that will be great for you. And specifically, if you are focused on the development of your marriage, that is something I'm going to be personally focused on. We're going to have other members of the group who will be doing everything from business training to, well, other forms of life coaching. But my focus will be specifically on the revitalization, of marriage, especially for men who sort of find themselves in this continual failure, this flat tire of a relationship because they're so busy working, or they're so busy doing something, or they're so busy getting in the way of themselves because their ego won't allow them the opportunity to just draw in close to their spouses. So, with that, God bless you. Thank you so much for being my friends, and have a wonderful day.